Number 5, Jackie Goldschneider.
My number 4 is the Rats co-host, Teddy Melonball. After I saw
Excuse me? Okay, explain this one, darling.
I know what you're thinking. How would Melonball make the best house? But I mean, you talk about, she is by far the most hated housewife. This chick at BravoCon. Now, I don't even know if anybody wanted a photograph with her. And this woman is making bank off that podcast. For people that hate somebody so much, they are listening like crazy. She looks like she's made smart podcasting business moves. She's getting interviews with relevant Bravo celebrities. I mean, the Melonball, like, I'm trying to think of who has had a great post, like, housewives career like she has. I think Teddy is number 4.
You make some good points. I never thought of all of that. I mean, I gave Tam credit, so you're right. Listen, you know how I say,
it's like, I don't think a lot of these housewives podcasts are thriving. I mean, they have managed to make 2T's like a top trending podcast in the world. I mean, that's hard to do for somebody that's so hated. I mean, she's got some business sense.
And listen, guess who, because I say I take credit for everyone, every podcast now in Bravo that has 35 ads in it. I take credit for that. When I started having 35 ads, people said you're crazy. Now everyone has 35 ads. And when I went to 7 days a week, everyone told me I was crazy. Now everybody's fucking 7 days a week. So I really think people copied David Yontef. Well, guess what? You and I, you know what I'm going to say? We're copying Teddy and Tamra. Next year, during BravoCon weekend, whether I'm there or not, because everyone says, how could you cover it without being there? Guess what? I can do whatever I want. You don't have to listen. People will be listening to me all weekend. I'm going to be stealing Teddy's idea, and I am going to put out episodes with you every hour on the hour. We're going to have about 75 episodes. BravoCon weekend. I personally, we can argue whether we're going to go together or not. I would like to buy some nice pajamas, order like 5 large pizzas, sit here at home, light candles, and just cover it from my home. That's what I would like to do. I don't know how it's blah, blah, blah. Someone's like, you trust me, you'll listen. So I'm stealing that from Teddy and Tamra. My number 4.
Genius. Okay.
Thank you. My number 4. Everyone's going to roll their eyes. They're going to stop listening. They're going to say, this is just because you're friends with her. I just told you at the beginning, it's not a personal list. My number 4 is Ebony K. Williams. Everybody, Sarah's laughing for some reason.
God. Okay.
It has nothing to do with our friendship. To me,
I'm sorry. No.
I'm sorry. Well, let me explain to you. I've always said, don't fuck with a lawyer. Now, listen, let me be very clear. Ramona Singer is canceled and fired because of Ramona Singer, okay? I did not tell Ramona to say the things she did to a producer who is Black. I did not tell her to use those words. I did not tell her to make all the other statements that she has made during the course of her RHONY career. I did not tell her to go text somebody at Page 6 and double down on all of this. Ramona Singer got herself fired, but don't ever fuck with a lawyer. I've said it before. I don't like chit chat. I don't like lawyers where there's no emotion. You know why I don't have any emotions? Because I'm a lawyer. Lawyers strike back when the moment is right. And I just think it's Ramona's fault that she's fired, but I'm sorry. This whole reality reckoning that Bethany is talking about, I read a Vanity Fair article that seemed to be all about Ebony and Leah. So I think the real reality reckoning, the people that are pushing the needle are Ebony and Leah, the people that are taking the bullets out front. You mean to tell me Ebony's not just a little bit happy that Ramona's gone? To me, it's like sweet justice. She also wrote a book too, Bet on Black. She also, Sarah's looking at me like, David, you lied.
There's no way. But I mean, I understand.
But let me explain.
No.
But that's not that. Also, for everything you just said about Teddy, people don't realize Ebony had an actual, real, legitimate, kind of like Claudia Jordan, media career before all of this. Like Ebony has like Judge Ebony. Now that may not be sexy. You and I both say this all the time. This sexy stuff in this business pays shit. Okay. I was on the Randall scandal, ABC Hulu. Okay. Yeah. Like I bought myself a Starbucks. Like the real stuff that pays is sitting here and doing this damn podcast. So Judge Ebony, you don't think that? So the stuff that nobody's paying attention to, Ebony is actually working in the media industry, Judge Ebony, and holding court. And she has a real career after Housewives. What would Tamra Judge have done if she didn't get this podcast? So I am going to hold my ground. It's not because we're friends. Ebony is number 4.
Okay. I respect that.
Sarah's not happy with me, but I don't care. Who's your number 3?
You'll hate my number 3, which is Melissa Gorga, because Melissa Gorga, I mean, has managed. First of all, I give Melissa Gorga and Joe Gorga credit. You're more of an insider in the Jersey world, but to myself as a fair weather fan of that franchise, I had no idea that basically Teresa and Joe and Melissa's relationship is over, has been over for years. Melissa is a terrific actress. She is great at, getting her own fandom, getting people to side with she and Joe. I do think that I think Melissa Gorga is number 3, and to keep her job, alongside Teresa, who clearly the network would choose if they had to. I mean, I think it's impressive.
Points taken. I mean, Teresa is not speaking to her, and she still has a job. They obviously want her there. This was the time to get rid of her. So to your point, job well done, Melissa. Job well done.
Absolutely.
My number 3 is I sit up here every week and I say, listen, I love money so much, but I say the only thing that matters is health. I say that every day. And I mean it, because the day we wake up, which could be tomorrow, and you get a bad diagnosis, your life is changed. There'll be no more trolling me on the internet, no more pissed off at Team Margaret or Team Melissa, because you have real fucking problems. And just like I said with my New Year's resolutions, that I don't take this year, my best year, for granted, I don't take the fact that I'm sitting here thrilled and happy for one reason only, because I am healthy today. I hope tomorrow I'm still healthy. The day that changes is not going to be good. Number 3, Gertie. Gertie beat cancer this year. She's cancer free. I have to give Gertie my number 3. She faces now. I would not share my cancer fight with the world, but that's not to criticize her. People deal with death differently. Yeah. People deal with sickness differently. I would take an absence from the show. I wouldn't want the cameras in my face. I don't know if I'd have enough confidence to go bald and be out there. So this is no shade, but Gertie beat cancer. To me, it's like she was lower on my list when I was doing my list. And then when I stepped away, I'm like, I got to give Gertie number 3. She beat cancer. Obviously, she's having a good year, people.
Yeah. Amazing. The best year. You're absolutely right. You have nothing if you don't have your health. That's a really good one. And thank God she's doing well.
Right.
My number 2 is Brynn Whitfield. I think Brynn came out of nowhere. She won the hearts of a lot of people. She has this young, vivacious spirit. She gives us all, I think, a little Bethany Frankel vibes when BF